Hi muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Okay, today's video is going to be a weird one, but basically I'm going to be responding to Eugenia Cooney, who has responded to a claim I made. And even though I believe that it's still the truth, but a claim I made, okay, we'll speak like this, and I want to respond back to what she said. So if you are aware, a couple days ago, I made a video on my VidCon experience and different things that happened, and I very briefly brought up that I met Eugenia Cooney. Now, it's important to note that I didn't make that a big part of my video because I wasn't starstruck by Eugenia Cooney, and that's no disrespect, all respect here. I just mean it in kind of like, it was random and silly, you know, that I met Eugenia Cooney. It wasn't a situation where I was like, oh my god, Eugenia Cooney! Like something I would lie about. And I've been seeing a lot of people be like, Adam, well, Eugenia's fans, obviously, be like, Adam's lying about meeting Eugenia Cooney. And I'm saying this with the deepest respect for Eugenia Cooney, but if I was going to lie that I met a creator and that I didn't have a good interaction with them, Eugenia Cooney is not the first name that comes to my mind. I'm so sorry. Eugenia Cooney is not the first YouTuber that comes to my mind when it comes to YouTubers, and that's all due respect. But as well, whenever it's like, who should I lie and say that I ran into? Because I didn't make a big deal of it whenever I said it. I said it as an off comment. I focused on the fact that I met Brittany Broski and saw James Charles. Like, it was something that I just like kind of brought up. But what I said was, I was in VidCon, outside of Hall A or Hall B. It's like different, you know, sections in the convention center. At this stage, I'm with 3 or 4 other journalists and then a bunch of my friends. So we had like, you know, kind of a little super group going on. And we were just there, we were talking, we were waiting to actually go to a taco food truck. I know I'm giving you irrelevant information here, but I'm trying to let you know that we weren't like on the lookout for YouTubers or anything. We were going to literally go get food. So anyway, this girl walks past us and she's wearing like chunky boots. She has a mask on, which was, she stood out initially because there were very few people at VidCon wearing masks. So she just moved so quickly past us, whatever. And one of the people in the group was like, oh my god, that girl, I thought that was Eugenia Cooney, because we were only seeing from the back at this stage. And we were all, oh, whatever. We didn't think much of it. However, she was with this other woman who a lot of people were like, look up in Google, like, if this is what Eugenia's mom looked like, the woman that was there with her. And I hate to say it, but it was. That's what that woman looked like as well. So, I mean, if Eugenia's gonna say that it wasn't her, that's fair enough. But, like, was there also a doppelganger of her mother? Like, it's very confusing to me the same way as it is to her. So, anyway, at this stage, she is about to enter and go to, it was like, you walk up the ways. I think she went to, like, the Fall Guys exhibit or something. But before that, she turned around and she was in a conversation with her mother over by one of the charging docks. So, we saw her face at this stage. And again, she's wearing a mask. So, it's very hard to tell who a person is. But again, one of the biggest things that immediately told us that this was Eugenia Cooney was one of my friends turns around and goes, oh, that is Eugenia Cooney. And we were like, what? And so we look and then we're like, oh my god, so it is. It is. And one of the biggest signs that it was Eugenia Cooney was the eyeliner. The eyeliner and the mask combo, very recognizable. Very recognizable for Eugenia Cooney. And then a couple of people in the group had watched the Shane Dawson series and recognized her mother. So at this stage, I'm like, oh my god, I want to go up and say something to her. So at this stage, from what we know, this is Eugenia Cooney. I'm telling you the story before we get to what she said. So I go up, I introduce myself, the interaction happens. Eugenia does not really speak to me at all. She just kind of, like, whatever. Whenever I ask for a picture, she just goes like that. She doesn't say anything. And her mother really was the one who was speaking up in this instance, and Eugenia would like mutter here and there. And again, I'm not saying that, and I really hope this isn't taken in a disrespectful way. This was just what I was observing. It was mainly the mother being like, we know who you are, and no to a picture, and it was just a very rude experience. So that happened. I walked back, and then one of my friends went up to Eugenia and was referencing something that Eugenia had done, and this person was speaking back to my friend as if they were Eugenia. So at this stage, we think it looks like Eugenia, Eugenia's sense of style, the Eugenia eyeliner, the woman with her looks exactly like her mother, like, I mean, is her mother. And her mother was rude to me, and then whenever my friend goes up and talks to her as if she is Eugenia Cooney, she's responding to my friend like Eugenia Cooney would. So, that's the story. And I tweeted it and was like, just met Eugenia Cooney, like she turned down a picture and her mother was rude. That was my tweet. That was it. This was, I promise you, if I was to knowingly lie about meeting Eugenia Cooney, I wouldn't. She's not on my radar like that. We don't talk about her like that. Why wouldn't I be like, just ran into Jeffree Star, or just ran into, like, you know what I mean? I just tweet it as an off thing because it was an off thing that happened. So anyway, Eugenia Cooney is saying to me on her stream that this did not happen. She was not at VidCon, and she was not even in LA. She was in Connecticut, I think. So, like a big flight journey over. And she said that a couple days before that, or the day before, she had done a live stream. So, how could she have been in California? All valid points. However, Eugenia took her first break from Twitch for quite some time. The 5-day span of the week of VidCon, which links up exactly with my story. And here's my thing. I know that Eugenia's making this an issue of like, I'm so sorry that Adam thinks he met me and that I was rude because I would never be rude. That's not my problem anymore. My problem is that it's like, I was not even there. I would never be there. Like, why would he lie about this, mate? And then people are like, he just wants clout. And I'm like, on my granny's grave. On my granny's grave. That was Eugenia Cooney that we spoke to. That was Eugenia Cooney that we spoke to. And her mother was right beside her. Why would I lie about that? So I'm like, why does she not want to be seen at VidCon? And then if she isn't at VidCon, if this Eugenia Cooney and Eugenia Cooney mother look alike, why were they there pretending to be Eugenia? But we literally were like, we are speaking to Eugenia right now. Why is it like such a problem that she wouldn't be at VidCon? And I'm like, it's so confusing to me because the issue is like, oh my god, he's saying that he met me and that I was rude and he didn't even meet me, I wasn't at the convention. And I'm like, girl, like, what? Like, okay, and then she goes on and says, if I was there and he knew it, he would have taken a picture of me. Like, she gets defensive against me, which clearly if someone's like, oh, I met and they weren't the nicest, so I get where she's coming from. Anyway, she goes, he took many pictures of James Charles. Why didn't he take any pictures of me? And I was like, girl, I went up to you and asked you for a picture, like a selfie, and you said no, and your mother was like, hell no to the picture. So why would I walk behind you and take a picture of you? Like, I know that she knows that I didn't take a picture of her, which is why she can, you know, run with this. I wasn't at VidCon and all, and she's like, if other people would have seen me at VidCon, which they did, we had a huge group chat that was actively talking about you because we all saw you and a couple of us talked to you, and I'm like, why would she lie about this? And then why would I lie about this? This is what's so confusing to me. This is what's so confusing to me. So anyway, she says, why didn't I take a picture of her and stuff like that. And then someone in her stream is like, Eugenia, I don't see why this is a problem. You took your first ever break for basically a week during the week that VidCon was happening. Did you go to VidCon? It's not a problem. And she's like, no, it's just a coincidence that I took that time off. And I'm like, whoa, oh my god, like, are you seeing where I'm going? I'm like, and she's being so nice. She's being so nice. She's like, don't send Adam hate, and I don't mean this to be rude or whatever. And to be honest, there's some statements that she's making, like, I don't know who he think he saw, and then she'll be like, oh, but if he thinks, there's like conflicting, you know, like shady statements here and there. But for the most part, I genuinely believe that she's being genuine and that she's being sweet and she's, you know, trying to protect me or whatever like that. But I'm like, I promise you that in that moment we were speaking to Eugenia Cooney and her mother. Why would we lie about this? Why would we lie about this? There are so many more, in terms of what we talk about, interesting YouTubers to lie about. To lie about. Yo, I just met Shane Dawson. Like, you know what I mean? So then someone in her chat is like, well, can you prove like a photo or a text or something of you from the week that you took off that you weren't at VidCon at LA? And she's like, sorry, I don't have any proof of that. And it's like, okay, so you don't have any proof that you weren't in LA, the same way you say I don't have proof that you were in LA. And I'm like, why did it even come to this? But because she's addressing on her stream and her army of fans are coming and attacking me, I just want to say that, like, do I believe, even after all of her saying that it wasn't her, do I believe that I talked to Eugenia Cooney and her mother still? Yeah. Do all of my friends believe that that was her? Yes. And she's like, fans would have been coming up to me at VidCon, and that is a very valid point, but she was one of the very few people that were very covered up at that event. And she was moving at supersonic speed with her mother throughout that convention. And we don't know where she went after she went into Exhibit Hall A. So, anyway, that is the first part. So, I'm going to pull down this window because I need you to hear this. And again, I genuinely mean no disrespect to her because she was being so sweet and so polite. And here's my thing. If that truly wasn't Eugenia and her mother, then I genuinely am sorry. And I apologize for saying that I met you and that your mother was rude to me and that you refused a picture. I genuinely am sorry if that was not you. However, I would be lying if I am saying that I'm sitting here and I believe that, because I know that I spoke to you and I know that I spoke to your mother and I know that my friends spoke to you and spoke to your mother. However, with all that being said, if that truly wasn't you, Eugenia, and you're watching this, I genuinely apologize, but I am so sorry. I cannot, like, say that I didn't speak to you or your mother, because let's hear what she has to say. Let's hear what she has to say before it gets messier in here. But anyway, she was being so sweet, for the most part. But here we go. Here we go. I have a Red Bull, so I'm gonna drink it.
Okay, I think it's in the same setting as last time. Yep, okay, perfect. Hello, Drunk Dude. I am here tonight. Hello. What is your job?
Her streams are so camp. I love it.
$25 donation. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hello, Eugenia. How are you? So good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Rumor has it you were at VidCon 2022.
No, I'm so weirded out by that.
Someone said rumor had it you were at VidCon.
No, you guys. Honestly, I recently heard that rumor too, that apparently my mom and I were at VidCon. I'm not gonna lie, I am honestly very confused. This entire weekend, I literally didn't even really know VidCon was going on right now. I haven't been to VidCon in years. My mom and I are all the way in Connecticut, so who people met that they thought was me, honestly, like, I am really sorry that...
This is on her Twitch stream, by the way.
They had, like, a bad experience.
Watching for fair use commentary.
But I can tell you, I don't ever turn down photos from people. I'm not like that. I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I actually, like, I'm just kind of hearing about that story, and I'm just kind of like, what? And then I saw, like, I think, like, oh my gosh, you're in the 6th ad. I'm sorry to anyone that's having ads. There are ads on Twitch, but if you become a subscriber, you shouldn't have ads.
I completely understand, by the way, that if this truly wasn't her, why she would be, you know, upset that someone's saying that you were rude. But I genuinely can't sit here and say that I don't believe that that was her and her mother. I'm sorry.
That guy who posted about it was just a clout chaser. Oh, it's all good, you guys.
I'm a clout chaser, y'all.
It's no hate towards him or anything like that.
See, she's being sweet with it, and I get that, but her audience are being very cruel. But it's like, I'm a clout chaser for saying that I saw Eugenia Cooney. No disrespect, Eugenia. You're being so sweet to me, and all love, all due. To call me a clout chaser about someone that is so far removed from the drama community that I speak about, I'm sorry, babe. Like, I would have chosen someone else. Anyway.
I don't know,
but she's being sweet here.
Like, I don't know if it was in, like, a live stream or if he just, like, said it in a video, but I
said it in a video.
Anna Grace, thank you so much.
These streams are camp. I love it. I need to watch more.
Damien Cheese, I'm really happy you can be a sub now. But yeah, it's really strange. Like, I don't know. I saw a video of, you know, that guy, like, who made it. Did he make an entire YouTube video about it? Okay, because I came across, like,
I didn't, babe. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm so sorry, but I know that my true audience know this. The fact I didn't make an entire video about this, if this was a fabricated story that I wanted to milk, I wouldn't have done one tweet and briefly mentioned it in a video about VidCon where I'm making fun of James Charles. You don't think that the Adam McIntyre would milk that shit? I didn't, because it happened. I don't hold any resentment towards her or her mother. It was just something that happened. I've met many creators that have been very rude. It's not like... Y'all, I don't know how to do this video. And listen, this is like a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's like, I know that, like, her issue here is that, you know, obviously she wants to defend herself because her mother's being called rude. And I completely get that. And I'm so sorry for that. But, like, that was my experience with this person who shockingly looked like Eugenia Cooney, dressed like Eugenia Cooney, spoke to my friends as if she was Eugenia Cooney, and this woman beside her who looks exactly like her mother, speaks like her mother, like... And it's equally as confusing to me whenever, like, you meet someone, your friends meet them, they become like a hot topic in your group chat with all your friends, you also saw them, and then they're like, I wasn't even at the event, like, they're lying. And I'm like, there are so many of us that... Ugh. Anyway. Anyway.
He was talking about his experience, like, meeting me, apparently. Adam made a YouTube video explaining the whole situation.
No, he didn't.
Meeting you and your mom at VidCon.
No, he didn't.
I have no idea what he would lie about it, and his friends would lie about it as well. Wait, who are his friends? That's so weird, someone would lie about that, but it's good you're clearing it up. Yeah. No, you guys, it's really, really strange, like
it is strange, Eugenia.
Because, like, I just want to be clear, I'm not trying to hate on Adam, like, whatsoever.
I do think she's a sweet girl.
Like, I came across, like, part of a clip. I didn't know he actually made an entire YouTube video.
I didn't!
But I came across, like, a clip where he was, like, saying his story.
That was it, babe. A clip.
Like, it was her and her mom, like, it kind of weirded me out a little bit. I was just like, what? Like, no, I'm on the way here in Connecticut. And he said I had a mask on or something.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I wasn't there.
And you had a very scene outfit on.
No, I don't.
Like a scene emo outfit. We recognized the outfit before we recognized you, and then we were like, Eugenia. Okay.
I don't actually see, like an entire YouTube video made about me.
Because I didn't. I didn't milk the story.
Like,
I didn't.
I don't know what to think. Like, maybe it was a live stream. I don't know. Like, I would feel kind of bad if he thought it was real. Didn't he make like a tweet about it too?
One singular tweet, yes.
This is like, fish art.
Okay. So one thing I want to show, so she speaks about it on and off, but there's one part where people like donate money and they're like trying to get her to like ask different things. So I'm skipping from 12 minutes now to an hour. So just know that there's a lot of conversation around it that happens within that. You can go watch her live stream if you so desire. But anyway, someone donates to her and says, it's a coincidence or something that like, your first ever break from Twitch for the longest time is during VidCon time, whenever someone said that they met you. And she goes on and says like, if I was really there, so many people like would have noticed me, would have came up to me and stuff. And I'm like, that is a valid, great point. But I'm like, there wasn't a YouTube audience at VidCon. And this was something that we were talking about in this group chat about her addressing this, because all of us are like, what is she saying? The audience at VidCon, you can watch my video on the VidCon, not there for YouTube. They were there for TikTokers and at most the Minecraft kids and Brittany Broski. That was it. There was not a YouTube audience there, and they probably didn't know who Eugenia was whenever she's quite covered up. Like, if any creator is walking down the street and they have a mask on or whatever like that, you know, it's a bit muffled on who they are. We recognized her because we know Eugenia. So, that's my answer to that. But again, she can have a rebuttal to that, and I completely accept that as well. But all I'm saying is that I apologize if this truly wasn't her. But all I'm saying is that I cannot lie to you. I still believe that that was her and that was her mother. And so do all of us. Why would we lie about Eugenia Cooney? Like, come on, y'all. So this is someone donating. Alright. I'm gonna read out the super chat first before it comes up.
But, okay, and then I want to check my heat. I'm getting a little bit cold in here, so I'm like, ah.
Here we go.
Thank you for this.
So it says, Eugenia, I love you. I hope you had a few days off, or a nice few days off from the internet. I just think it's kind of weird that you took 4 or 5 days off at the same time someone claimed to see you at VidCon. When was the last time you took a break from the internet? This will probably get deleted. So this is her response to it.
Eugenia, love you. I hope you had a nice few days of being
Thanks,
off the
Venus
internet.
Mars. I had a good last
It's
few
kind
days.
of weird that you took 4 days off at the same time someone claimed to see you at VidCon. When was
Coincidence.
the last time you took a
Coincidence, y'all.
4-day break from the internet?
Valid.
This will probably get deleted like my last message, but I'm
It's fine.
genuinely curious.
You're fine.
Sure,
It's all good.
100.
I've done it. It's not the first time, guys. Like, you know, sometimes I just kind of have other things in my life going on. I know, like, some people...
Like a
might
convention?
do that,
Sorry.
But, like, it's definitely not the first time I've done that. So, I mean, no, you guys, like, it's literally just coincidence there. Thanks, Free Lister, for the 100
All
bits.
right.
Thank you. Like I said, like, I know maybe some people will, like, read into this, but, I mean, look at how I've been in the past with me with, like, any event. If you have, like, I don't know, maybe some of you guys haven't followed me for that long, which is totally fine, but if you are somebody that has, like, you'll probably know that any time that I have
She's gone, she's being nice.
Literally, like, I always take pictures with fans, always. Anyone that asks me for a picture, I take pictures. I don't turn people down for photos.
And I completely believe her. And do you want to know why I believe her? Because in the group chat, whenever a couple of us said that we saw Eugenia, a couple of us also brought up that it wasn't the most pleasant interaction and that she was refusing pictures. And in Eugenia's defense, someone responded and said the following. Let me find it because this really backs up her point. I've met Eugenia at Playlist Live a couple times and she would talk to me a lot and be very nice. So, yeah, that is the truth. So here's my final take on it. Eugenia says that she was not even in California and it wasn't her. And I was talking to a Eugenia Cooney lookalike and Eugenia Cooney's mom lookalike. Valid. Here's my take. I think that Eugenia, and this is just my take, this is just my opinion. I believe that Eugenia wanted to go to VidCon secretly. Sometimes you just want to do that. So she went with her mother, in my opinion, all alleged. So she didn't want to be seen, which was why she was one of the few people wearing masks. I don't even think her mother was wearing one. But anyway, and very covered up. And then whenever she was noticed at being there, where was I going with that? Hold on, I had a point. Let me think about it. I had a really good point. Hold on, I'm gonna stop recording and come back when I think of my point. I genuinely completely forgot my train of thought, but I think this was where I was going with it. What a mess. Eugenia wanted to go to VidCon and just enjoy the time. There was a lot of things there that she enjoys and she didn't want to be recognized or she just didn't want to promote it. She wanted to go with her mother. That was fine. So she went quite covered up so she wouldn't get noticed that much. So whenever she's asked for a picture, she says no, not because she's rude, but because she hasn't told anyone that she's going to VidCon, in my opinion, allegedly, which was the reason she just took the mysterious couple days off, in my opinion, allegedly. That's why she said no, not that she's a rude person. I do not believe she is because a lot of my friends have met her and said that she was very polite. So that's why she said no, but then I tweeted about it and she didn't do social media posts, in my opinion, for the time that she was allegedly in California until she got back because there were a lot of people messaging me on Twitter being like, you're a liar. When she goes live on Twitch tonight, you're gonna see that she's in Connecticut and not in LA. And then she didn't go live for the days of VidCon and then a couple days after for her to conveniently get home. But that's all alleged and that is honestly my true opinion. The same way that I respect that she says that wasn't her, whatever, I respect that and I hope she respects what I'm saying because I genuinely believe that I met her and her mother. And there were so many people there along with me that it's just too much of a coincidence, I'm sorry. But muckers, ta-da! That's the video. I love you. Let me know your opinion. And we'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.